I want you to imagine for a second that it's 2005. It's Saturday morning and you've just turned on ESPN with the intention of watching some sort of obviously real sporting event. And instead, you see this.
EA, Madden 06 is more than a video game. It's a phenomenon with over 10 million players. So EA decided to crown the best. It all started in San Francisco, California, where EA handpicked 8 of the country's best Madden 06 gamers to play for a winner-takes-all prize of $100,000.
Madden is more than just a video game. It's a culture at this point.
Now, understandably, some people were very interested, probably the younger folks, and some of those that were older, maybe in their 40s or 50s, my dad's age, were like, what the heck kind of garbage are they putting on TV? After all, it was 2005, and eSports in the way they are now wasn't popular yet. It hadn't blown up yet, and it definitely was not on national television, and it definitely wasn't trying to be catered to a mainstream TV sports audience in the way this show, Madden Nation, was. This also brings up one of the interesting things that I see about YouTube. It's the fact that YouTube is actually kind of old now. It's over a decade old. So when I found the Madden Challenge, the spin-off of Madden Nation, 2007 trailer on YouTube, I found these comments that were a decade old. And boy, have our opinions of esports changed.
This is as big as it gets. They suck! That's big word, boy!
Either that or the people that were alienated by this sort of virtual football that instead preferred real football have just moved on to not seeing it because we watch esports primarily through streaming services, and the people that are interested in watching those have access to those streaming services, and the people like my dad that aren't watch through traditional media such as TV, where they no longer air stuff like this. So today I wanted to break down Madden Nation and talk about this show that ran for 4 seasons covering the games Madden 06, 07, 08, and 09. Originally starting out on the original Xbox and then transitioning to the Xbox 360. The concept of Madden Nation was they put a few quote-unquote professional Madden gamers on a bus and drove them around the country. I actually found an image of that map on the original Madden Nation website by using a time machine or Wayback Machine, whatever they're called. So as you can tell, they've transitioned from one city to another. Now, on each stop, players compete with each other and have a chance to be eliminated. In the event that a player is eliminated, a new player comes on the bus to challenge the existing players. So as they're going along, not only are players being eliminated, players are also being added. Also, each player was sponsored by a professional NFL player and thus wore their jerseys. While all 4 seasons ran for less than 10 episodes, as they were intended to be, I had a very difficult time finding actual numbers on the viewership of these shows, but my assumption, because it ran for 4 seasons, is that it maybe did quite well, at least in the time block that it was given. Now, it does seem like it takes on the sort of Saturday morning kids cartoons approach, as those often are done in a way to try to sell the toys that are associated with the cartoons. Some people even consider the Saturday morning cartoons to simply be a half-an-hour advertisement session for the toys that they're associated with. Transformers is one of the primary examples of this. Now, in the case of Madden Nation, it almost seems like this show was created as a way to sell and push the video game over, 4 hours of content, 8 half-an-hour episodes in the first season. But they were giving away an awesome $100,000 prize to the winner, who won, this giant competition in New York City. Now, the one, person I consider notable, and there probably are more than one, that competed and eventually even won the 3rd season of Madden Nation, spoiler alert, was Problem, who a lot of people consider to be the best Madden player right now, and he's been considered to be the best Madden player for quite a few years already if you're into watching Madden eSports. Now, Madden eSports currently is plagued by this problem where people will cheese the same plays over and over again. Now, I don't know if that was a problem that's unique to current Madden, and it's just because, that information is out there so much easier because of the internet, or if that has always been a problem in Madden. I think back to my time playing it as a kid, obviously if you scrambled with Michael Vick in Madden 04, you were going to take off and bolt. But in the episodes that I've watched of Madden Nation, it does seem like it has a lot more diversity than you see in the current Madden esports scene. Now, of course, there's a lot of on and off the camera type stuff, and you don't see an unbroken sense of gameplay because they drop in all this drama and whatnot in between. That just made it be really cheesy for me and difficult to watch, so it was tough to focus on what was actually going on the virtual gridiron. What's also interesting is, as I mentioned previously, Madden Nation kind of spun off into the Madden Challenge. It kind of hit a Y, and at one point in time they had the Madden Nation bus thing going on at the same time as they had the Madden Challenge going on, where the Madden Challenge seemed to invite in more of your everyday players. I know that they typically have these tournaments in February because they do still go on. The Madden Challenge does still go on. I assume it gets streamed on Twitch or something. So this was my take on the first esports show that I can find. It's difficult to really pin one down based on what you can find on the internet, but I can tell you that in 2005 and even still today, video games are not on mainstream TV. Obviously, we had G4, of course, for a period of time there, but besides that, mainstream TV was not graced with video games in the way that Madden Nation was able to. Did it do a good job of it? Not necessarily. Like I said, it way overemphasized the drama and, the trash talk of the entire thing. But regardless, it was a worthwhile attempt at bringing video games into a mainstream sports audience that historically, generally speaking, using stereotypes, would have neglected this type of thing. And ultimately, they did, but it's alright because things ended up working out with Twitch and these other platforms where obviously esports have taken off and grown to large viewership. Let me know what you guys thought of Madden Nation, if you guys would ever take the time to watch any of the episodes, many of which you can find on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Bailey, and I will see you in the next video.